Hello, welcome to A Closer Look. I'm your host, Robin A.T. Menace, and today we're going to take a closer look at No, Not, Not No, Wait. Our guest today is Angela S. King, known as Coach Ask. Hello, Angela. How are you doing?
I'm great, Robin. Hello, how are you today?
I am great. I am so excited to see you. Just so our audience knows, I have known Angela for years. She has been
Long
a
time,
true godsend.
long time.
Um, so I'm excited to have you with me today.
I'm
We're going to
excited to
talk
be here.
about we're going to talk about your book in just a little
Okay.
bit,
All
but
right.
let's talk about all that you are doing.
Oh my God.
Um,
God truly has me busy, but that's a good thing. I'm busy for him. So,
exactly.
under the umbrella of Coach Ask, that encompasses a life purpose coach. Basically, I am helping you transition to your purpose, what you should be doing, not the things that you're wasting time doing that are really not fulfilling you. You have that question of why am I here? Well, that's my job to show you why you're here, but you're going to walk through and really discover it yourself. We're not going to go through your past. Your past is that's why it's called past. We're leaving your past behind. We're focusing on your future, where you're
Mhm.
going, your dreams, your aspirations, why you feel you are not where you should be, what's holding you back. Just kind of walk through some scenarios, walk through some activities, and everything comes from you. I'm the coach. I'm coaching you, but I'm not going to do the work. You're going to do the work. You're going to discover you. You're going to relearn you. And not only that, you're going to relearn to fall in love with you. Because a lot of us, we're not really in love with ourselves. We like ourselves, but we're not in love with ourselves. We want you to be in love with you. Because when you're in love with yourself, guess what? You have so much love for other people. But it starts with you. You have to love yourself first before you can love someone else. So basically, that's what Coach asks. We work with individuals. Uh, my focus mainly has been women, simply because women carry so much weight on their shoulders. They wear so many hats. I mean, we know all the roles that we have, and then not even counting on, okay, I'm a mother, I work in corporate. Oh, now I'm an entrepreneur. I'm volunteering at my child's school. I'm in this organization and that organization, and I'm here and I'm there, and all of a sudden you're just overwhelmed. Then you start feeling, oh, I'm not worthy, I'm not capable. Am I really doing a good job? You start questioning yourself because a lot of things that you're doing, you're not getting that affirmation. Nobody's telling you, hey, you're doing a great job. I'm so proud of you. We pouring that out to people. We pour it out to our children all day long. But is anybody pouring that back into us? No. So we've got to learn to love ourselves so much, as Mary J. Blige said. You wake up in the morning, you look at yourself and tell yourself how good you are and how fabulous you are and how you're handling everything and you holding everything down and you're lifting everybody up and you're lifting yourself up each and every day. So basically, we're walking you through those steps with corporations. We work in groups because we also work with mental health
Mhm.
issues. Just realizing that you are struggling. You are struggling with some depression. We don't, those signs are not always very clear to us. I remember when I talk about it in my book, I struggled with it and didn't even know it. Because if you're in a season, if you're unhappy on your job, for instance, if you're on a corporate job and you're unhappy, you don't realize you could be going through depression. All
Right.
you realize is you're just getting through the day. You go home, you go to sleep. Well, when you go home and go to sleep, are you going home going to sleep because you're really that exhausted? Or are you just going because you're just so fed up? You're just so tired. You're so tired of being not treated fairly. You're so tired of not being noticed for your or getting credit for your work. You're putting the work out, but guess what? You heard in the meeting somebody else got credit for it. That doesn't feel good when it happens to you over and over and over again. And you're not talking about it. You're really not talking about it because you don't know how to. First of all, you got to learn how to comprehend, like, what's really happening here. Is this person doesn't like me, or am I really not doing a good job? Or you have all these things that's going on in your mind, and then you go home and you go, you know what? I don't even want to think about it anymore. I'm just going to go to sleep. Well, if you do that day after day after day, those are signs of depression. So we work with that as well. So there's an umbrella of things that we try to focus in on you to let you see oh, this is how I'm operating, but this is where I want to go. I'm not where I am. This is where I want to go now. And what steps do I take to get there?
Okay, that sounds amazing. So, but if I'm good where I am in my career, but
Mhm.
maybe I need to, I'm not settled where I am as a parent or a family member or just in my life in general or my Christian journey. Can you
Mm,
help with that as well?
I sure can. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna talk about where you at and then where you want to go. First of all, uh, how do you feel as a mother? Okay, well, why do you feel that way? What things are causing you to feel that way? Because actually some things that you're doing that are making you feel that way. You could be a mother, say that you're a mother. I know I'll say when I was my daughter was young, I was in everything because I wanted to be there for her. I wanted to see, just be involved in her school. I wanted to be involved in her life. But there were certain points that I had to realize you're doing too much. You're starting to overwhelm yourself. So you have to learn your balance. And it's okay to let something go. We look at that as if I let that go, am I failure? No. You're loving yourself enough to know that, hey, I am overwhelmed. I'm doing too much. I've got to make a list. And some of these things I've got to take off of my list. So we want you to be able to see that it's okay to look at your list and decide what you're going to keep on it, what you're going to take off. Same way as your spiritual life. Are you Bible study teacher? Are you over the prayer ministry? Are you over the deacon? Are you over all of these things and you're starting to feel overwhelmed? But society tells you that's what you're supposed to be doing. That's the way to go. That's what you should be doing. If you really want to be a good mother and a good Christian and all of that, you need to be doing all of these things. What makes you happy? What really makes you feel fulfilled? Is it doing a lot of stuff? Is it staying busy? If so, what busyness? Because we can have a lot of busy, but all of those busies are really not fulfilling us. We're just doing things to count the hours away. But what makes you, when you wake up in the morning, say, wow, I can't wait to get up to go to work. I love my job. What things are you doing in the day makes you feel like that? And what other things that you're doing are making you like, okay, I got to go to this meeting. I really don't want to go, but I'm going to go. Those are the things you need to eliminate because those things are frustrating you inside and you don't really know that.
Okay. So, okay, so you also have Women Praying for Christ Ministries.
Yes.
So what is going on with the ministry?
Wow. Women Praying for Christ Ministry was founded in 2004. We are national intercessory prayer ministry. We have 6 chapters. We've had 6 chapters for a while now, but we're about to acquire some more. We have 2 individuals that want to start opening up 2 additional chapters in Kenya. So we're excited about that. Basically, they're doing the same thing. They're interceding. They're receiving prayer requests. They have prayer meetings every day where they're praying for individuals. They're praying for our countries. They're praying for everybody all over the world. And the same thing here in the U.S. We take prayer requests. We pray for individuals. We receive prayer requests via email or text or on the website. And then every Tuesday morning at 5:45 a.m. Central Time, we are on the direct line, and people can call in and they can request prayer. Or we're praying over. We have actually a prayer focus for each person that's praying. They pray for something different. So someone might be praying for family, finances, whatever the case may be, ministries, jobs, health, businesses, and we do that every Tuesday morning. We have the 24-hour day of prayer that's coming up. This is our 3rd year for that, and it'll be coming up on September 27th. And basically, we are praying every hour for 24 hours. We have 4 individuals that are praying each hour. Each hour has a prayer focus. So all of the individuals that are praying that hour, they'll be praying for that same prayer focus. This year, we're doing something a little. Last year, it brought in Bible teaching on prayer and a praise concert. This year, the Lord said He wants us to just really, really focus on prayer, really focus on prayer. And so, but we are incorporating several of the individuals will be doing a little small snippet of, again, about how do you pray. talking about prayer, because we try to train. We have a prayer class that we're about to implement again. We had that the 40 days of prayer, where you're certified to be a prayer intercessor, but basically it is to broaden your prayer life, to make you strong in your prayer life, and also to show you that prayer is a simple conversation with our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You don't have to be degreed. You don't have to be so articulated that you have to try to impress God, because he's not impressed. So you come to him as you are. So we wanted to show people that prayer is so simple. When you say the word prayer, people get frightened and they kind of cringe up. They think it's just, something that, certain people are called for. All of us are called to pray. Every one of us. And I tell people all the time, no one can pray for you like you, because you know exactly what you need from God. And I tell you, I can ask people to pray for me all day, but Angela know how to go in for herself, because Angela knows what she needs from God. And I am going to stay there until I receive what I'm praying for. So we're excited about it. We encourage people to dial in. We do an advertisement. Normally goes out on Thursdays or Fridays of each week, just kind of letting people know that they're welcome to call in or send their prayer requests, or just call in to hear the prayers going forward. You don't know how that can strengthen your day. Just calling in, listening to people pray can strengthen your day, because you don't know what you're going to face when you get to your job, when you get to your business, when you whatever. But you're going to be strengthened by listening to those prayers, so you'll be kind of ready to face whatever you might face during the day.
So, well, Angela, this kind of segues us to your book just a little bit, when you're talking about people going through things. So not know, wait.
Yes.
So
My
what
painful journey. Ooh, here it is. This is the prayer journal, the paperback, and the hardcover. Let me tell you, this book was birthed out of at this point in my life, the darkest season of my life, the darkest. It's called Not No Wait, My Painful Journey Through Infertility, Deceit, and Death. This book was birthed at a time from when I struggled with infertility, and I struggled with it for many years. Well, I won't say most people, nobody knew, but my mother and my sister, my immediate family knew that I was struggling. It was a very dark part of my life, because being diagnosed with something that at 17 that you don't even know what it is, you can barely spell it. Like, what do you mean I have fibroid tumors? What is that? And I was diagnosed with that at 17 years old. No empathy, no compassion, nothing. Just told that, and you'll never be able to have children. That's what I was told in my first, as I call it, big girls checkup. So I'm devastated. So I said, no, this person's not telling the truth. Surely not. So I called my mother, and we make an appointment with her doctor. And of course, I was so in love with him. I mean, the most nicest, patientest man you ever want to meet. Never make you feel rushed. You can ask him 100 questions. He's going to have the same demeanor, take the time with you. And he told me the same thing. So I was like, okay, this cannot be happening. So I went through that season for many years. But reason why it's called Not No Wait is because when you're going through things in your life, sometimes it looks like God is telling you no. This is not for you, because the world is telling you no. Everybody you know is telling you no. No, no, no. It's never going to happen. No, you're not going to be able to have this. No, you're not going to be able to start this business. No, you're not going to be able to, all of these no's. But in my journey, I learned that sometimes God is not saying no. He's just saying wait. In my situation, that's what he was telling me, to wait. And how you know God is telling you wait, and the answer is really not no, because even when you're getting all of those no's, there's something still deep down in your spirit that's just telling you, no, I'm really going to get that. Everybody's telling you no. Everybody thinks you're crazy because you still believe that you're going to get what you're saying, because they say, everybody done told you no. What else do they have to do? But my spirit hadn't told me no. My spirit kept saying, you're going to get the desires of your heart. And so that's why I learned, still didn't even think about a ministry, but that was what God used to bring me into ministry. Because during that season, that's where I learned how to pray. That's where I learned how to well out to the Lord. That's where I learned to call God on every promise he had made to me in his word. I read his word. I studied his word. I learned his word. It was deep down in my spirit. You couldn't tell me anything about his word because I knew it for myself because I was studying. I had nothing but time to study his word. And then I learned that I'm supposed to call him on his word. So I started calling him on his word. Lord, you said that you would give me the desires of my heart according to your will for my life. My desire is to be a mother. And then I use references of women in the Bible that he had blessed who had infertility problems, but he blessed them in an old age. I said, well, you did it for Hannah. So if you did it for Hannah, surely you'll do it for me. I know you don't love Hannah more than you love me. Now, I'm not playing, y'all. I said that to God. Said it to him every day. I said, you don't love Sarah more than you love me, do you? You don't love Hannah more than you love me. I read his word back to him. I talked to him about Hannah. I said, you did it for her. Hannah's older than me. If you did it for her, do it for me. I want to be a mother. I said, I will be a good mother. I will dedicate that child back to you. They will know about you from the womb. I will talk to them daily about you and teach them about you. And teach them how to praise you and love you. And I didn't stop. Still, that wasn't enough. The enemy kept right on. But I learned through studying his word that everything he was doing, God was allowing it. Mm-hmm. So that was preparing me to be in ministry. Because that's when I learned me. I learned that I was stronger than I thought. I already had no clue I was that strong. If anybody had told me I'd have went through that for all those years, miscarriage after miscarriage after miscarriage, being told no over and over and over and over and over, feeling like, what is wrong with me? Did I do something wrong? Well, I know I didn't do nothing wrong because I was told at 17 I did anything. You know, why is this happening to me? You know, all of those questions. But then guess what? I didn't realize that I went through depression during that time until I wrote the book. I didn't know didn't pay attention to any of the signs until I started writing the book. When I started writing the book, I mean, this bulb just went off. Oh my God. I went through depression because I would come home, just like I said earlier, go to sleep in my clothes. Didn't want to talk to nobody. Wouldn't talk to my husband. Just wanted to be alone. I was tired of going to work telling them, I'm pregnant. And then have to go back and tell them, I had a miscarriage. I was tired of saying that. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to face people. I didn't want them to know. And so we always said we weren't going to tell anybody. But then you still want to tell somebody. So you tell somebody, and then you got to go back. And it was just so frustrating and aggravating. And then I looked at all of the different things that was going on in my mind that I didn't see then. I was envious, jealous. Those are not even characteristics of me. I've never been an envious or jealous person in my life. I'm always excited for people. When they're blessed, it makes me happy. But when I was going through that season, I didn't even know it. And God showed me when I was writing the book, I was judgmental. I would be in the store. If you weren't watching your child, I had something to say because I wanted to be a mother. How dare you have a child and you don't even want your child? And I'm trying to have a child and I can't. I would judge how you dress your little girl, how you would comb her hair. Look at her hair. Her hair is not even combed. She doesn't even, I'm telling God, she don't even deserve to be a mother. She won't even comb her hair. If I had her, I would comb her hair. I did all of those things in my mind, not knowing what I was doing. And when I wrote the book, God laid everything out for me. He said, you were doing this, and this is why you were doing that. But let me show you this.
he showed me from going forward in life, don't be judgmental. You don't know people's story.
Yeah.
You don't know their story. He said, did you know if she had money to afford to buy things to do her hair properly?
Mm-hmm.
Her dress is not clean. Did she have money for detergent to wash the clothes? Did you think about that? Maybe if you had, if you would have given her money to all of those. Oh, and I'm writing the book and repenting because of those thoughts I had that were so judgmental because of what I wanted. And we don't realize we can want seeing things so bad that it can torment us in our mind and take us all out of character.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know that. I was just going through the motions and going through everyday life, thinking it now because I wasn't saying it out of my mouth. You don't feel you thinking those, you're not doing anything wrong. You're not saying it to the person, but you're thinking it. You're giving them eye contact, looking at them like that. You need to wash, you need to comb your child's hair. I'm not saying it, but I'm sure my face was saying it. So you're still doing the same thing, but you don't realize your body language speaks volumes to people. That's another thing we don't realize. Our body language speaks more than words sometimes. How many times, people have looked at you a certain way, they didn't have to say nothing. But
Mm-hmm.
you're like, okay, maybe I'm not going to go over there and speak to that person, because they're looking like they don't want to be bothered with you. So it's just so many things that went on when I was writing the book. Of course, I cried for days. I stopped. I would cry so hard I couldn't even see my laptop. I mean, just I couldn't. I'm like, wow, I went through all of that, and I'm in my right mind today, because when you read my book, you'd be like, oh, I understand what she's talking about now. And then people don't realize what women go through with infertility if they have never experienced it. It's not only devastating, but it puts a very, very big toll on the family. If you're married, it's going to have a toll on your marriage, because your husband is trying to be there and he's trying to be supportive, but men don't think the way women think.
Mm-hmm.
And then when a woman is going through it, she's really not communicating to the man how she's feeling, because she don't know how she's feeling. She's still trying to get a grip on what is happening to me. What is wrong with me? And so I know at that time I said, well, something must be wrong with you. Because, when you're conceiving, you're not understanding why it's not going all the way through. So, you got to have somebody to blame. So why not blame your husband? I'm like, well, something must be wrong with you. We need to get you checked out. And we did that, of course, that's nothing wrong. But you're trying to, because your mind is just trying to think what's going on. And I talked to one of the things the book was birthed also is God wanted me to be a blessing to so millions and millions of women, to help them, because people think that it's just about infertility. It's not. Honey, I'm an expert in marriage. We've been married 27 years.
Wow.
And I can tell you from a standpoint of when you're going through infertility, you're going through things, the problems you're going to have, the deceit that will come up in your marriage, how God orchestrates through those things if you let him. Because when people get married, they think, oh, it's just going to be one way. No, marriage is work. Marriage is work. And if God is not at the beginning and the end and the middle and the left and the right and the center, it's not going to work. You're not going to make it. You've got to have God in your marriage. And both of you have to be on one accord when it comes to God and your spirituality in your home. Because your marriage is going to be tried and tested. Whether it's infertility, whether it's finances, whether it's whatever, family, you name it, you're going to have some struggles and some problems. So just being able to navigate through that, and then death. I mean, when I went through that season, I lost my best friend, which was my mother. But it was a blessing that she lived to see my daughter born. So the exciting part to me in all of it is being able to help women. I never thought that I would be able to help women through my pain. Never in a million years would I have thought that when I was going through that I even wanted to talk about it. I didn't want to talk about it. Surely didn't want to write a book for the whole world to know about it. But God said, it's not for you. Mm-hmm. It's not about you. It's about my people. And so now I get joy out of my pain. That sounds crazy, don't it? I know, but I get joy out of talking about my pain. Because you can look at me, and when you read my book, you say, whew, if I had any doubts about God, I know there is a God, and he can do all things. And all you need is one yes from God to change your whole life. When I received my one yes from God, it changed my whole life.
Yes.
She's finished college now, and several of her college roommates and some other ladies that she went to school with, they have a Bible study group.
Wow.
That they do every week. And so just looking at what God will do is just so awesome to see. I tell anybody, you just don't know the things that God has in store for your life, because like I said, never would I have thought that my life would have went in a direction of mostly ministry for him. But I've always loved helping people. So that part wasn't new. Just the intercessory prayer vehicle part of it was new for me. And then even getting into coaching, just helping people get through everyday life. But it's so fulfilling, because when people discover things about themselves, it excites me, and they do the work. It's not like I'm telling you, you do the work yourself. You are actually coming to me saying, I should be doing this, because we have activities. We have, you're going to work. It's not going to be, oh, I come here and Angela tell me everything I need to do to move forward. No, you're going to discover it, because it's nothing like discovering something for yourself. Because that way you can go out and help someone that that's been struggling in that same area.
Pass it on. So, okay, real quick before, because we can't end without this question. How many miscarriages did you have before your final yes, your most beautiful blessing?
5.
5. Wow.
5.
I mean, 5 is a lot.
5 is, oh, yes. 5 is a lot.
It's a lot
And
on your body.
And when you oh yes, it's a toll on your body and your mind. And your body and your mind. It cuts you to your soul. It
Yeah.
really does, because you go through a lot, and you've been told the same thing over and over, and no one can tell you why. Because they've checked everything and everything's fine. They don't see a problem. And of course, I could get pregnant just like that. But just getting to that 3-month period was a struggle. But when you read the book, I can say it because all I can tell you is, it's not because I wrote it. You can go look on my website at AngelaSking.com and see some of the testimonies of people that actually read the book, and that's just a handful. It's a book that when you start reading it, I promise you can't put it down. It's 15 chapters, but everybody has told me, even their husbands have told me, or their boyfriends, you had my wife up all night reading your book. She tried to put it down and she couldn't, because I really walk you through. I've been raw and transparent. I'm not holding back anything, because I want you to understand how good God is and what he did for me. And I know he can do that and more for you. But going through that process of infertility, you learn so many things that you as a girlfriend or a family member should avoid. And we talk about that when I actually coach women and counsel women who are going through infertility. One of the things I like to meet with, if they have some good girlfriends, I want to meet with them too, and kind of tell them, because then a lot of them don't know, because some of my girlfriends didn't know until they read my book. And they were like, you was going through all that? Because they thought my life was great, because we know how to mask. Because we're back from the old school, you don't tell everybody your business. You don't talk about what going in this house, stay in this house, all of that stuff. And so we hold all that stuff in. And you don't know how to tell people, because people talk about it more now, but still not enough. But back in those days, women wouldn't go around and say, oh, by the way, I'm having infertility problems. They just weren't going to tell you that. Same way with me. I'm hanging out with my girlfriends. They didn't know. I was just like, girl, I'm trying to work, make that money. You know, I had all of that little fake stuff I would say, and they was buying it because I didn't want to say, oh, by the way, I'm having infertility problems.
And
Because
as a
girl,
Christian
when you gonna
woman,
have children? Girl, I don't have time for that. You know how we can fix it.
mhm, and as a Christian woman, how dare you not be happy?
Oh, how dare. Never.
If you know Christ,
If you know Christ, you should never be depressed.
yeah.
Come on now. Read your word.
Mhm.
Christ had moments. That's why he had to steal away and go pray. Yeah, and because we're not Christ. So he knew we were gonna have those moments that, oh my God. I mean, I had moments that I'm like, God, are you here? Have you left me? Where are you? Because I didn't feel him in it anywhere. I was like, what is going on? Why? Please give me a sign. What's happening to me? Why is this happening? And even my mother didn't understand it, because my mother was like, you need to stop. She wouldn't cheer me on, oh, you keep on, baby. She was like, no, you need to stop. You're going to kill yourself. So the one person in the world I trust more than anybody in the world tell me to stop. But I didn't listen to her. I said, well, I'm sorry, I can't. And so that was an argument. My mother was literally wanting me to stop because she was afraid she was going to lose me. And I told her, I said, my life ain't never been in jeopardy. I don't believe that. I said, no, I'm going to have a child. You're going to see. I'm going to have a child. She said, oh, And I remember one thing that I said in the book, she said to me, and I was like in shock because she was saying it because of her fear for me. But you don't want to hear that as a child. Well, I don't know why you're worried about having a child. That ain't all what it's cooked up to be. Okay, but you have 5 children. I'm just trying to have one, and you telling me it's okay. Well, you did it around 5 times. I guess it was like wow. But I know she was just scared for me. She didn't realize that was crushing my soul when she was saying it. Like, you need to really stop trying. But I wasn't going to do that. But the book is encouraging for you basically to know that whatever you desire, you can get it. God can bless you with it. It might not be fast because over my period of time, it was 4 years. After I got married, it took me 4 years before I actually conceived my daughter, and got to 3 months. Yay! But it was the best pregnancy in the world. No problems, nothing. And you think about all of that I went through and didn't have any complications. Nothing. I mean, just felt wonderful. Right at the end, a little heartburn. But other than that, nothing. And I'm thinking, wow, the enemy didn't want me to receive that blessing. So that's encouragement for you. Fight for what you want. Don't give up. Don't give up on God. You stay at his feet. Every day, he should be telling the angels, here come Robin again. Let me stop and listen to what she has to say. Because he knows that you're going to be there every day. And he's going to bless you. I promise you, he's going to bless you. God loves persistency. When I started in my Christian walk, people would tell me, oh, you pray about it and leave it alone. No, you got to be persistent with God. God wants you to be persistent. That means you got to keep praying and keep praying and keep praying until you get what you're praying for. And if you keep praying, I promise you, you'll get it. You will get the desires of your heart. But now you always pray that is in his will. And you'll know if it's in his will because you'll feel it. You'll be like, yeah, I know God's going to bless me with this. But if it's not, he'll let you know too. And you'll say, well, you know what? I don't think I need to go this route after all. Maybe because how many times you wanted, I know I wanted a promotion. I didn't feel like, it didn't feel right, but I just wanted it because of money. So he gave it to me. I did it for 2 months. Me and the boss we could not get, it was the only person that worked for in my life. We could not get along at all. It was the worst. I mean, I was depressed, mad every day I came to work. But I couldn't stand to go in that building and see that person. And God spoke. He said, well, you said you wanted it. So I gave it to you. Now, you didn't ask me if I wanted you to have it, but you wanted it so bad, I gave it to you. That's why I say pray in his will, because he'll let you have some stuff. And you be wanting to throw it back. You be like, hey, you know what, you can take this one back, God. I don't want this one. So pray in his will. But I'm
So
excited about today, and I thank you for the opportunity. It's always good speaking with you, and just thanking you for what you're doing with women as well. Just continue to encourage and be uplifted, because we need all the encouraging and uplifting that we can get.
yes, ma'am. So, okay, so for anyone who wants to be a part of your ministry, or so into your ministry,
Okay.
how can they get in touch with you and how can they do that?
All right. So you can always go to one of two websites. My coaching website is AngelaSKing.com. Or if you can't remember that, just remember Angel Asking. And that's my website. You can go to the Book Me page, has all of the different resources there if you want to just book, or either you can just email me at angela@angelasking.com and say, hey, I'd like to talk to you off about whatever. I'll be glad to do that. As far as the ministry is concerned, it's Women Praying for Christ Incorporated. And the website is WPFCM.org. That's the initials for Women Praying for Christ Ministry.org. There's a donation tab at the bottom. You can always click on that and donate to us at any time. Love for you to always feel free to always tune in to listen to us on Tuesday mornings at 5:45 a.m. We're normally on there for about an hour and 15 minutes, from like 5:45 to 7 a.m. We're praying, and the number is 971-379-9223. That's 971-379-9223. And we're there every Tuesday morning at 5:45 a.m. Central Time. And that number, you should be able to dial it from anywhere. There's no tolls or anything. That's a direct line that works with all carrier services. So, and go get my book. It's on my website as well. Go and get that. It's a tab that's called Not No Wait, and you can purchase the book there. It comes in paperback and hard copy, and I also have the prayer journal, which is for the book, and it's called 21 Days of Fasting and Praying. It's available on any online bookstore, Amazon, and also my website. And if you order it from my website, I will mail it to you personally, and I will autograph it and send you some nice little goodies with it. So just showing my appreciation for you purchasing the book.
And social media.
Oh, social media, Coach Acts on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. Well, I guess it's called X now. So there, and Angela on Facebook is Angela Sholars King, Sholars King on Facebook. And then on Instagram is Angela SR King on Instagram.
Okay.
But Coach Ask, you'll find me.
Yeah, you're not hard to find. Google.
Yeah, good. Oh God, you sound like the young people. They say Google me. Everybody says Google me now. I'm like, okay, as long as I don't see nothing I don't want to see.
So, well, Angela, I appreciate you so much for taking time to talk to me today. This is our time. We've been talking to Angela, Dr. Angela S. King. Let me make sure I put that in there, also known as Coach Ask.
Yes.
And so go pick up her book. It's worth a read.
Yeah.
And don't forget to follow us. Don't forget to visit dasexaminer.com or download our app on any Android or Apple phone. Follow, like, and share us on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, and now Threads. So everyone stay safe. Take care until next month, when we take a closer look at another Black-owned business in the DFW area.